At a very young age, this guy figured out that he can see spirits. It was a gift that was passed down by his grandmother, and she also taught him how to deal with some of this stuff. However, he was not very popular at school, and it was because of this very reason. He couldn't relate to other kids. He was a loner. However, when he was 16 and went to high school is when he finally tried to clear up his image. He didn't want to be the loner. He made friends. He tried to change a lot of things about him so that he was more approachable and more relating to his peers. He also made it a point to not share his special gift with anybody. By the way, he is a full-grown adult telling us what happened when he was in high school, so there was this one particular incident that kind of changed the way he viewed his gift. One day, he was sitting in class looking forward at his teacher, and he noticed when a spirit of a man showed up in the classroom, climbed up to his teacher's shoulders, and kind of sat Indian style on top of her. Obviously, seeing this, he made a weird face. His teacher kind of saw that he was making a weird face and asked him if he was okay. He looked down, said he was fine, and went about his way. So when the class was over, he was getting ready to walk out of that classroom, and he said that his teacher called him over as everybody was leaving, and he really didn't want to go up to her. She still had that spirit of the guy on her shoulders. His teacher looks at him and says, "You saw it too, didn't you?" And he was like, "Saw what? I don't know what you're talking about," and starts walking out of the door. Again, he was a teenager. He was worried that people were going to find out that he can see spirits, and he didn't want to be a loner again, so he was denying that he saw anything. As he's walking out, the teacher went after him, and she's like, "Wait, please tell me if you saw it. I'm not crazy. Did you see it too?" So that's when his teacher was like, "Please, I think God sent you to me. Please, if you saw something, just please let me know." The second that she said, "Please, I think God sent you to me," is when he kind of put his walls down, because what she didn't know was that he wanted to keep those gifts so secretive that he begged God, like, "I don't want to do anything to do with this, but if you want me to help somebody, I need you to give me a sign." So when he heard his teacher say, "Please, I think God sent you to me, I need your help," that's when he was like, "Okay, I think God really needs me to help my teacher." So he admitted to her that yes, he saw somebody get on her shoulders. They're still on her shoulders as she's talking to him. He agreed to help her, but he said, "We need to go somewhere else," and she said, "Let's go to my house." He also made her promise not to tell anybody that he was going to help her with this. So when they went to the teacher's house, he tells her what this guy looks like. He tells her the guy's name. She knows exactly who this guy is, and it is her ex-fiance. Apparently, they were going to get married, and then she just couldn't go through with it. So a few days before they got married, she went up to him, told him that she didn't want to marry him, and he threatened her. He told her that if she didn't marry him, he was going to end his own life, and she wasn't going to marry somebody that was threatening her, so she did not marry him, and unfortunately he did end his own life. She said that after that she had gained a lot of weight. She had been in such a state of like negativity, but she just thought that it was because, you know, she was grieving the guy, not because he was literally attached to her. He explains that getting somebody unattached is not as simple as you may think it is. It's more of a conversation of letting the attachment know that they do not belong to them. And in this instant, he was trying to tell the guy like, "Hey, she doesn't belong to you," because the guy repeatedly was like, "She's mine, she's mine, she's mine, she's mine." Like he was stuck there because of the way he was thinking, because of how much he wanted her. He remembers having like a very good conversation with this spirit that he has moved on and he needs to go, you know, along his path. So all of this is happening. He is 16 years old and he's like convincing the guy that he needs to move on. He actually agreed to move on, and then he was like, "How am I supposed to push him to move on? Like, am I supposed to open the sky? What am I to do?" And it was in the moment where he realized his own body is like a passage that the spirits can go through to move on. He remembers the spirit getting off of the teacher, touching him on the shoulder, and it was like a white kind of light, and he was gone. He said that he learned a lot that day because he always thought that unattaching somebody, you know, a spirit from someone, was messy, was bad, was going to be a crazy situation, but all he really had to do was guide the spirit, talk to the spirit. His teacher also kept the secret, but was very appreciative that he had helped her that day. I feel like I'd be so scared if I had that gift, but like imagine being able to help somebody in the physical and spiritual world. Like I bet you that's like a good feeling. But what do you guys think?